on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's come into today's games, the Saturday games. There is so many different games on the docket, but we're just going to touch on a few of the marquee matchups that I'm going to bring up. Obviously, the number one ranked team, Alabama, going to Texas for the first time in years. And years.
Roll Tide.
It shall be interesting. Number 16, Arkansas playing Beamer and South Carolina. Let's see what Spencer Rattler can do. Vandy undefeated, going for 3-0 for the first time since 2019. Going up against number 23 Wake Forest with Sam Hartman back. Ooh. Northwestern and Duke, both winners, and UNC. Playing Georgia State. Listen, I'm going to start there, ladies and gentlemen. You know where I stand. My Tar Heels. Last week was one of the hardest games to watch in my entire life. I was with my parents in North Carolina, and at one point, it's 41-21. My dad is like, there it is. Put him to bed. Goes down to the grill. By the time he comes back, it's tied up, and he's like, what happened? I was like, you came back in-house. That's what happened. Right? You should have just stayed where you were. We were good. I actually told that to my mom. I was like, Mom, stay out there. Don't come back in. It's not because of me. She's like, it's not because of me. They just scored when you were out there. Stay out there. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. Let's see. You know.
Oh, I can be too.
But listen, Drake May, obviously, he's the guy. He's the heir apparent. Sam Howell definitely, was excited to see what he did. 24-36 for 352 and 4 TDs a week ago. 29-37 for 294 and 5 TDs against FAMU. Over 600 yards total, 9 TDs. But the best part about it, goose egg when it comes to interceptions. He's being good with the ball. He's efficient. He's moving it. Look, our offense is one of the top offenses in the country, bar none. We did all that a week ago without Josh Downs, our stud wide receiver. So I love that. I'm Tar Heels. Yeah. But I can't, in all good faith, sit here and rant and rave when our defense gives up 61 flipping points, 40 points. Yes, I blanked it out, but I still said it. 40 points in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter. Lady, oh my goodness gracious. And look, to be honest, we got saved by the first 2-point conversion where the receiver misjudged it. The second 2-point conversion where the quarterback should have ran it in, but the biggest play, Nesbitt, scores a touchdown on a onside kick return. If you go down, the game's over. That's a rookie mistake, a freshman mistake, but go down. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. What did you guys see? I know, look, Georgia State is not, they've given Auburn a little trouble last year, but I'm not. Is this an upset or can I be safe today?
You're safe.
Yeah, you're safe today, especially with that clarity you have at the quarterback position. Like Drake May is a dog. Like this guy can ball.
Yes.
It is so fun to watch him play.
We'll see what Mac Brown adjusts the game for you in your Tar Heels today, because I think he's going to make a lot of adjustments after seeing that fourth quarter last week.
I think he has to.
Yeah, he absolutely has to. And you know what it is? I mean, look, we came up against FAMU, and all the talk was they didn't have all their players. So, I think, and we saw in the first half of that game, it was like 24-17, and then we come into the first half of this gun, we're doing great. And then again, fall asleep in the, or this time fall asleep in the second half and give up all those points. You can't sleep on anybody right now. You know what I mean? We talked about how good App State was, but FAMU gave us a little bit more of a matchup than we would have wanted. So I'm not sleeping on Georgia State, but that offense is elite in my opinion, at least up to this point.
Let's just say week 1 is for getting out the cobwebs, seeing how your team adjusts and plays versus other opponents, not just each other in scrimmages. So I think with week 1 behind Mac Brown and your Tar Heels, I think he'll come out a lot different this week and won't let a 40-point fourth quarter from his opponent happen this week. Trust me, he won't.
See.
He's Mac Brown. He's a good coach. He won't let that happen 2 weeks in a row.
Well, you let it happen 1 week. So, hey, look.
It was the first week.
Second. It was our second week. It was our second week.
Second week for you.
Yeah. So this is week 3. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we're going into this 3-0 because we need as many wins as we could possibly get going into a tough and a fast-paced ACC. But I'm I know I'm a Tar Heel, so I had to put that one up first. But
it's fine.
Let's talk about the game that everybody wants to talk about. I'm going to bring my guy in here, one of the hosts of This Week in SEC, Colin P. in the DMV, representing the SEC. Let's
Colin.
go. What up, Colin?
Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on with y'all? I've been watching y'all this morning. You guys are all about it, and I'm loving watching you guys. It's awesome.
Let's
Ready
get
for another
it.
Saturday football, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Yo, first time we're actually able to get Colin on with the whole crew, man. I absolutely love this. And I see you came correct.
Oh,
I love that.
I love that.
That's a great shirt.
Yeah.
Man.
I should have worn my Michigan versus everybody shirt.
Hey, everybody's gunning for us. I might as well put it on. Let's go. Wear it like a belt, baby.
I love it. Absolutely. But look, like I alluded to, let's talk about this. You talked about this a lot on your show. We've obviously done a lot of talking about this. Number one, Alabama. We got Bryce Young. We got, Will Anderson, Jordan Battle, Eli Ricks from LSU. But then you got Texas. You got Sarkisian in the second year. Bijan Robinson, 1,900 yards on the ground and 500 receiving. You know what I mean? Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. What should we expect in this game?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm like everybody else. I'm excited to watch it. It should be, trying to see if Bama does what Bama do. You know what I mean? Like if they get in there and, if it's I'm looking for a good game. Maybe hopefully, like I said before, Alabama's got an axe to grind, and I think they're coming out hot, and I think they're going to take no mercy on anybody. And but it just remains to be seen if Texas is up for the challenge. Sarkisian, he may have, who knows? He may have some tricks up his sleeves. I'm excited to see what the play call is going to be, any kind of trick plays we're going to see, any kind of, any kind of thing to keep the, each team on their heels. But I expect it to be a good game. I think Alabama's going to take it, but I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a blowout because I think Texas might be ready for them. But we'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely see. They'll definitely see. And Kate, I'm coming to you. Look, Bryce Young, Heisman Trophy winner from a year ago, dominated with 5 passing touchdowns a week ago. Also had 100 yards on the ground. We know what that defense is. Talk to me about Alabama. You love Bryce Young. Talk to me about what that offense will do.
I think that they're going to win, and I think they're going to win well. And I think that Ewers is going to get a lot of pressure from Will Anderson today. I think he's going to get a dose of the best player in college football in Will Anderson. And I think that Saban goes in playing his former offensive coordinators and goes, I'm going to show you why I hired you, and I'm going to show you why I'm the boss. Mm-hmm. So I think Saban will outcoach Sarkisian today. I think Ewers is going to get the first look at what a true defense against him looks like. And it's going to be a battle in, Austin, but I think that you're going to see Alabama come out on top. Saban is too good of a coach to go in there and let Sarkisian win this game. I'm sorry. His game plan is going to be amazing, and I think we're going to see a lot of what Ewers really is against a big name team.
Well, we should definitely see. Alex, I'm coming to you. Look, Alabama, we always talk about it. They don't lose. They reload. You know what I mean? They're not rebuilding like Saban likes to say. You know what I mean? They're just reloading. Look, they have 3 of their starters back from. They only lost 2 starters on the O-line. We know what that defense brings back. So talk to me. Is this going to be a blowout, or is there any hope for Texas?
I don't think we're going to get to the brink of a blowout, I think. I think Bama ends up winning by, I'll say, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But Texas is a good football team. They've got a ton of talent all across the board. So I don't think we can just push them aside, especially them being at home.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a very important part. A lot of people thought Bama was just going to walk into Kyle Field last year and walk all over A&M. It didn't happen.
Exactly.
So where the home field is matters. I think if this is in Tuscaloosa, I think Bama runs all over them.
Yeah.
But it's going to come down to me. Kate brought it up. Will Anderson. How is Sarkisian going to game plan to stop Will Anderson? You're not going to stop him for an entire game. How do you slow him down?
Yeah.
That's the key thing. Because if he's in Quinn Ewers' face all day, they don't have a shot.
Right. Right.
Because you're not going to be able to run all day on that Bama defense. So yours is going to have to make some plays through the air here.
Yeah. And look, speaking of him, man, look, they played ULM a week ago, 225 yards, 2 TDs, and a pick. But, 67% completion percentage. Like, that's not going to get it done against Eli Ricks and Jordan Battle and those type of guys. We know, like Alabama, Texas, 3 starters back on the O-line, and they have Bijan Robinson. But you're going up against a stout defense in Alabama. And I just I want to give Texas some hope. I want to say, yeah, you can do it. But a year ago, they had one of the worst rush defenses in the Big 12. Not in the country, in the Big 12. So if you got one of the worst rush defenses, you're coming up against an Alabama team with, like I said before, their quarterback running for over 100 yards, albeit Utah State. Texas, show me something. I want you to look two guys on that Texas D that might have big games today. DeMarvion Overshone had 8 tackles, 2 for loss against ULM, and Byron Sirwell, 6 tackles, a sack and a half, and 2 tackles for loss. These are 2 guys that I think are going to have a game in what might not be as close of a game, but I think they will definitely shine. We're giving Texas some hope. We're trying to, but Alabama is just Alabama. And hey, Colin, talk about what does Alabama do?
Alabama does what Alabama do.
They does what they do.
Hey, Alabama does what Alabama do. So
absolutely,
they always find a way, bro.
I have a feeling that Alabama's going to hook some horns and take the horns down.
We shall
see. Speaking on that, don't mean to interrupt there, but I mean, you saw the articles and stuff about the horns down and all that kind of stuff. I guess the interview or the guy asked Saban on the I guess his press conference or whatever, what he had talked to his players about the horns down and that kind of stuff, and I guess he was kind of played dumb, or did he not really know? I mean, like what that entailed, what kind of that meant. But I mean, I don't know. What are you guys' perspectives on like taking away that kind of stuff, and is it really offensive? You know what I mean, saying to you guys?
No, as a Michigan fan, we're used to Ohio State coming, like they'll come onto campus and block out every M on their campus and stuff like that. Like for me, that's the college right? part of college football. Yeah.
It takes it to the extreme at a certain point. When you go and vandalize your opponent's stadium or do some stuff like that, then I'm like, okay, dude, that's not right because this is bigger than you. This is more about the people that are putting together this stadium and want to see it. That I'm not okay with. But I mean, look, when you do like horns down, when you do like Oklahoma and Ohio State, when he's swinging the flags and stomping on the men, I mean, that's college football. Yeah, Gators, all that. That's college football. So I don't think horns down is not that big of a deal. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe they really are into it. But look, we got to move on, Colin. While we have you on here, let's stay in the SEC. Arkansas playing South Carolina, number 16 Arkansas. Look, KJ Jefferson, you talked about him. You know what he does. Dude used to be a lot bigger, 250, brought down to 235, a lot more nimble on the field. Love Sam Pittman, the head coach of Arkansas, doing it.
Yeah.
But this defense, man, led by Bumper Pool, who had 13 total tackles a week ago. This defense had 8 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and interception. Colin, are they for real?
Hey, Pittman's got him on the roll. I mean, it looks like it. I mean, like you said, Bumper Pool, man. Anybody with the name Bumper Pool, I mean, like you got to call that guy.
Bumper.
I love that guy.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's electric, Then he's bringing the fans out, and like I said, Pittman's got him on the roll, on the move, and Arkansas, South Carolina, South Carolina's quarterback. Help me, I'm losing.
Spencer Rattler.
So last week he didn't show me too much. In the game of last week. So he's going to have to bring his A game this week, because if he doesn't, then he's going to be on his back a lot. And, and he could have several picks, in my opinion. But yeah, I believe Arkansas is going to take this pretty handily. And it'll be surprising to me if South Carolina, I don't even know if they take the lead in this game. I think Arkansas is going to have it, and they're going to keep it.
Wow.
Okay.
I like it.
Bold words. I like that, SEC. Look, Spencer Rattler. Hey, you mentioned it. Spencer Rattler is somebody that's been hyped. We know about him in Oklahoma a year ago, and now apparently he came over here and thinking he can have it. Beamer is kind of working with him, but I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed last week. The 2 interceptions, 23 of 37? Like, he really did not look that great. Kate, what do you think of Spencer Rattler and South Carolina's chances?
Not good, because our Arkansas's quarterback can also go on the run, similar to Bryce Young. He's very quick. He ran for, what was it, like almost 100 yards last week in their game. So he's also like got that dynamic to him. And I think that Raheem Sanders, their running back, will have another good game this week. So I think it's woo pig suey.
Oh, yeah.
For my only Corso effect.
I can see it.
And so I don't think that with how Spencer Rattler played last week and how unconfident he looked back in the behind center, I think it's going to be an Arkansas win today. And I don't think it's going to be like even in hard win.
Yeah. And look, Alex, this game, like you said, this game comes down to the running game. And in my opinion, it's South Carolina's rush defense against that vaunted Arkansas rush offense. We know what the quarterback KJ Jefferson can do. South Carolina a year ago was, almost last in the SEC in yards and rushing against. They averaged almost 200 yards a game against them. They got a ball hawk in Cam Smith, but is there any hope for South Carolina's defense? Is this going to be a game, or is Arkansas just going to run all over them?
Well, South Carolina's front seven is going to have to step up. They're going to have to be the big guys in the middle. And to me, with how Arkansas's ran and how their offensive line looks running the ball, I don't really think South Carolina is going to hold up.
Yeah.
Like I think Arkansas is going to run all over them, just going to kind of impose their will from start to finish. I'm with these guys. I think it's going to be quite a big win.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get ugly.
And I'm excited. I love Arkansas. It's one of those teams I watch in both football and basketball. So I'm excited for this game. I have to have many screens going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's a couple more in the really early. Northwestern and Duke, both 1-0, coming out wins the week ago. Let's see what they bring to the table. And Vandy playing Wake Forest. I mean, look, Vanderbilt 2-0. I'm one of the people that said potentially 3-0, maybe 3-1, and I was ready to call him 3-0. And then I heard that guy Sam Hartman is back for Wake Forest. He makes that offense tick. He gets them going, and I know he hasn't been in for a while. We don't know exactly what the injury that kept him out, but he is back, and I think it's going to be like riding a bike. Pick up and keep it moving. Is Vandy and Mike Wright, are they going to make this a game? Is this going to be a close game, or can Wake just blow it out? Give it to me. Anybody who's there?
I think it's going to I think it's going to be Wake Forest. I think Sam Hartman's going to ball out.
Oh, I can see it. Look, I mean, we know what they got. But, hey, look, Alex, Mike Wright, it's been a while since Vandy's had a solid quarterback. Mike Wright is a burner, 10-8 in the 100 meters. This guy can do it for them on offense. I love Clark Lee and what he's bringing to the table. Look, Wake is solid. We know what they bring. They struggled a little bit, but they still dominate against VMI. So is this going to be a closer game than people are expecting?
I think it is, just because there's still a lot of people that are down on Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And this is a much better Vanderbilt team than we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
They've played way better off the start. I made the joke to somebody earlier this week that Vanderbilt normally wins only 2-3 games a year, and they're already at 2. So, but this is a different team. It'll be interesting to see Sam Hartman, because there might be some rust there.
Yeah.
That's another thing to look at too. He might come in and he might ball out, or he might come in the first couple drives, throws a pick or 3 and out, or just struggles to find that rhythm early. So this is an interesting game to keep your eye on for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And look, Colin, giving you the final say. Vandy in the SEC. Like he said, 2 wins is their average. So talk to me, man. Hype me up about Vanderbilt.
Hey, I mean, you said it. I mean, like, honestly, I wasn't even laughing when you said they would start 3-0. I mean, like, honestly, we talked several times about Mike Wright, but you mentioned the fact that Pittman's back, or who's the quarterback? I'm sorry, for Wake Forest.
Oh, yes, Hartman.
So Hartman. So Hartman's back, so that would throw a little bit of a wrench in it. But at the same point, I mean, the last 2 games they played, Vandy played Elon, and then Wake played VMI. So those really 2 games weren't really a test for those teams, really, in the grand scheme of things. But if you look at Vanderbilt, their first 2 games, they put up over 100 points. I mean, 65 points. Yeah. Then they've been scoring at will. But I mean, look at the opponents. I mean, that does play a little bit of a part of it. But it'll definitely be a difference when Sam Hartman's in there for Wake. But I do still see Mike Wright, showing his behind again, and playing the way he's capable of playing. And it all comes down to. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to be a shootout, but it probably could turn out to be. Because with the 2 quarterbacks, depending on how the defenses are, I'm looking for a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any stretch by Wake Forest. I think Vanderbilt, if Wake Forest does win, Vanderbilt's going to be there. They're going to be they're going to be seen. They'll be showing up.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Great point. And look, I like I've told you, I've been talking about this all off season. I had them going 4-0 until Hartman came back. But even in this is a game that's not going to be decided till the second half, probably the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? I think both teams are going to be able to play well, and it's going to be led by both of these quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, Hartman is a pro-ready quarterback, in my opinion. He's one of these top-tier guys that's going to come out this year, and he's going to help some franchise in the NFL. So I still personally think Wake Forest is going to get the job done late, but we shall see. We shall definitely see.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.